Hello friends, I am Kesri. I am full stack Java software developer. This is third part of full stack development series where we are developing one end-to-end application. For backend, I had used Spring Boot and MySQL. For frontend, we are using Angular 9. So friends, if you not seen my previous video, please click on I tag button on the top. Complete those videos, then continue here. We have already done creation of web API using Spring Boot where we have developed four functionality like save the record, find all the record, find by username, and last one delete by username. Now we are working on front end and we will integrate this functionality from front end to back end. Before starting this development, we need three software ready in our system. I had already made a small video how to install Visual Studio, Node.js and Angular CLI in our system. If you don't know, you can click on I button on top, but if you know already, then it's good to continue. Okay, so now without delay, let's jump to our Visual Studio Code and start the development. Then open folder and create one folder where your all files will be stored. I am choosing this one. Select it. Now, as you can see here, our folder is created. Okay. Now, run this PowerShell Command Explorer because it will not work in the normal CMD. So we have to run our CMD as administrator, or in second case we have to use PowerShell integrated. So now we are in our terminal. Okay, now we have to create new project. For creating a new project, we have a command called ng new, name it as wave API. Okay, and enter. We have to wait now. Here we are going to say yes. We have done this creation of our project here. Now we can run it and let's check it is working or not. For that we have to go in our work directory, wave API, and ng serve. This command will execute this application. Press enter. It will take time, so until it is getting start, we have to minimize it. Okay, this is our src folder and here is the main folder which is called app. This is our main folder and this four part is generated by the Angular itself and it will be our parent component. and it will be generated by Angular itself. So this is the app routing module. If you don't know what is routing, I am going to explain middle of the development. Okay, when we use it, at that time I will explain what is routing. And this is component CS for style sheet, and this is HTML for markup, basic designing, and this is component class. If you don't know component, what is component? This is our component class. Okay, component is nothing, a TypeScript class with some metadata. This is called metadata, and this is our TypeScript class. Suppose if you want to add any image or video in your application, that all things will be present here in assets folder. This is our main index.html file from where our application will be start rendering. So this is our first UI page. Here is a app root selector added in this. So this is our parent app root selector. Okay, everything will become under this app root selector. And here is some more important files like Angular JSON. Here we will add all the dependencies. Okay, like in Spring Boot we have a pom.xml file. For that, here is Angular JSON. Localhost 4200 slash. So friends, this is the response given by Angular by default. Okay, whenever you will create any application on Angular, this is the first page what you will get. Okay, so it is generated by the Angular, and let me tell you where this page is present here, what you are able to see there. Go to src folder, app module, and here is app component.html. This is our app root component. Here you can see this content below is only a placeholder and can be replaced. Delete the template below to get started with your project. So it means we can delete this, and whatever we want we can add those content here. Okay, so this is given by the Angular, what the front end we was able to see in our browser. Okay, so let's delete it and write some of our code like h1 welcome to I for Java and save it. Now it is compiling. Okay, compile successfully. So here you can see this, it's render the changes. Okay, for UI development we need a bootstrap also. So here I am going to install bootstrap. I will open bootstrap. We have to use npm install bootstrap. If you write this, it will install bootstrap easily. Okay, but in the case if you want latest one, you can write here at the rate latest. I am going with the latest one. It will take time to install. Will be bootstrap.js and one is style. For that we are using CSS and we have to add address of our bootstrap file. So let's check where it is. Go to app module and from here go to bootstrap. Okay, here from here to distinct, then CSS. We have to search min.cs, this file. Okay, from the CSS and from the JS we need this file, bootstrap bundle.min.js file. These two files we have to add in our angular.json file. Okay, so I am adding here. We have to add path here. For that, dot slash node hyphen modules bootstrap folder inside district css bootstrap dot min dot css, and in script section we have to use bootstrap dot min dot js. Dot node hyphen modules bootstrap dist js bootstrap dot min dot js. Okay friends, we have done this. Save this file and go to your command prompt, and from your command prompt now we have to check and run it. Clear this all. Okay, now in our project section ng-serve for running this application. Now it will take time. So now you can see it is running successfully. Okay, let's go and check in our browser, refresh it. Okay, it is working well. Before moving to further, let's add some more things, like we will use some images. For that I am creating one image folder inside assets folder. I have to create a new folder. For creating new folder, just click here and I will name it as image img. So let me copy some image. Where I had put it. Okay, yeah. Just copy this all images. Let's go to our workplace folder, front end, web API, src, assets, and here it is image, and paste it over here. So save it and let's come back to our Visual Studio Code, and now you can able to see here all images are present. Okay, so we are ready with it. Now let's try to use some bootstrap related code. It is working or not, because we had already installed here and it is running successfully, but we had not cross checked it. Let's add some bootstrap class here and check our bootstrap is working or not. Cross check we have to do here. Class is equals to display 4 and background color I am giving success here. It means it should show green. Margin from top giving 4 and margin from bottom of paragraph I am giving here, okay, 5, and let's save it. Okay, it should be green now. We got the result here. Here it is given a margin from here, okay, and the background. Till now we had developed so friends, till now we had added as an image in our assets folder, okay, and work on app root module where we added this message. So now let's jump to the some real development point, okay. We have to create header section. For that I am going to create one header component here. Let's terminate it, okay. Now create new component. For creating new component we can write a command ng, g for generate, c for component, and component name will be header, and press enter. Now it is updated here. Let's go and check. Here is our header component. This is our CSS part. It is our HTML. This file for testing purpose we can delete it also. It will never impact our application, right? And let's check it is working or not. For adding this component in our app component, we have to use this selector which is provided in our component class in metadata section. So this is our component selector. We have to write this selector in our app component. App header, save it, and this up, run it. Our application is compiled successfully. Let's go and check in our browser this app header is added or not. Okay, so here you can see clearly it is added here. If you are wondering that why we use component in Angular, this is why, because component is reusable. Component is very great feature. It have a reusability. So whenever you want to reuse in other component, you can just copy it and paste there and it will work also. No need to write that code again and again. Suppose I want this code 5 times, I can write like this, or 6 times, whatever more, okay, and save it. It will render 6 times. So here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it have a reusability. Okay, so maybe I am taking too much time, so let me do it fast forward. Okay, just terminate this and create 6 component what we will need it. Let's delete it. Unnecessary stuff. Go to your header component, delete it also from here. Suppose I want to add my channel logo and one navbar item type, like it should be here presented with my name here. Okay, for that I am adding here it and check in our browser. So here you can say my logo is presented here. Okay, so our next step is we have to create one navigation bar which will be presented here in the header section. So from where we can save user and see all users and find users, like this operation we can perform from there. Let's go to our header dot component and here I am going to create one navigation bar. I am using a bootstrap class. Routing is something, suppose we are writing here all user, okay, or it should route me here, okay, and whenever I am right here search, it should route me here. As if I search here register, it should route me here. So changing the component, rendering the component by hitting URL here is called routing. Okay, means whatever you will URL you will give, according to that component will be render. This is called routing. So we have to develop this functionality. So first of all, I will provide I have to provide link in this class. So after this I will provide here router links for home. Before creating a class, we have to create 4 components. Ng, gc, or user. Here I am providing route paths. When my path is search, it should be render search component. When my path is all users, it should render all user component. When I set a path register, it should render register component. And when I write I for Java, it should render I for Java component. Here I write when someone hit wrong URL, then in that case it should be called I for Java component. For that I am mentioning here double star. We will create here our registration page. Let's create one TypeScript class, name it as user.ts, export class user, and create a constructor. Inside constructor, create all variables what we have created in our Spring Boot application. So from here we can pass the data. After that, create one user service class and create one method do register and return here this dot http dot. Here because we are saving the data, that's why we are using post method, and our in API we also mention this post method also, and we have to return here address of our API. Then we will hit this URL. Here we have to mention what data we have to send, so user, and we have to write response type also. For that, response type as JSON, text as JSON. Okay, here we have to use get method for show all record. In register component class, create instance of user and pass some empty values. Then initialize constructor based user service class. After that, create a method register now. Then by using the function of JavaScript, which is called arrow function, we will subscribe and retrieve the data through the API and store it into data. Because in our registration form we used forms modules class, ng model and http client, so we have to import in our module class. We have to import it here. Okay, and because it is showing error here because it is not able to read those variables, so we have to make it as a public. So make all variable as a public, so it will resolve the problem. So this is our home page, and let's click on registration page. So this is our registration page. Okay, let's create one all user view page. So let's create one class also. Here it is completed maybe. Okay, let's create all user class. Here we have to initialize our user service class, create one method here to get all user, and after that create one more method for removing user. Okay, after completion of this we have to create one search page and we have to map it with search component class. So here form developmentation has done. Now let's go to our search component class. Okay, here we have to initialize our user service. Okay, create one method where we will pass the name and get user. After completion of search component, go to your browser and hit this URL what are visual here. Okay, and just copy it and paste in your footer component HTML, and you all set. Now you can see the images are visual here. After that, for our I for Java component, we will add some images here what was we earlier save in our project. Okay, so here in middle you can see all images. So this is our home page, and let's go to our Spring Boot application. Because we are sending requests from another server to this server, we have to write here one annotation called cross origin. Okay, because Spring Boot will not allow any other server to hit his API. For allowing other server, we are writing here cross origin annotation in every method what we are going to hit from our Angular API. Okay, so just write in every method @cross origin, and after that run the server, because both servers should be up and running. Okay, then only we can save the records and get a response from our API. So now let's try to save one record.
For that I am going to just click on register page. Here I am going to add Sachin, last name Ajay Tendulkar, age I am taking here 54, username Sachin21, and password 3693. Just registered. Okay, so here you can see Sachin is registered successfully and response is coming from our Spring Boot API. So here you can see Sachin is stored. This records I previously stored, so it is showing because it is retrieving all the records from there. Okay, so let's check another functionality, search. Okay, so here add Sachin, what was that? Okay, maybe 21 is there, Sachin 21. So let's copy it from there. Okay, let's go to and copy this, paste it over here and click. So now we are successfully able to retrieve the records by username. So our this functionality is also working well. Now suppose if we want to delete any data, suppose I want to delete Sachin. Okay, just click simply on the delete button. Okay, it is deleted. So our delete functionality is also working well. So friends, this is our Spring Boot with Angular full stack development program. I prepare a PPT also, so in the case if you stuck anywhere, just download this PPT. Here I everything mentioned clearly. So if you feel any problem, just go through this PPT and check that step and make it correct, and your application will be work perfectly. Okay, and if you have any query related to this video or my previous video, you just feel free to comment me and I will try to answer those questions. Okay friend, so please subscribe my channel, make sure to press bell icon, so whenever I will upload a video you will get a notification. Okay friends, I will upload more videos on Java related and Angular related concepts, so keep support, keep coding, and make sure to subscribe my channel. Bye bye.